Why Yandere Simulator? Why is that the comparison you made?
Gamer girl, I need to fucking simp.
That was a lie. We're not done yet.
All of them are fucking idiots.
Talk about them.
Wait.
Don't take that out of context.
My brain is like racing now.
It's your intro.
That is my guilty boner. Does Molecular attract the kind of people that are into serial killers? That's still bigger than a city.
It's more than one planet.
Percy Jackson is Greek mythology fanfiction.
Boneless. Oh my god.
I want the... No. Yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's first get into my pick, which was something that Everest talked about last time when we did this. I have enjoyed the fuck out of Outer Worlds' solar system in terms of world building. Yeah. I have loved every single part of it, even though I haven't finished the game yet. When I was told Everest, when you first told me that of just how vast and open Outer Wilds' solar system was, I was interested then. When Gabe played the game and he said that it was one of his favorites almost immediately, I really needed to pick it up. And then when I finally picked up Outer Wilds and experienced that solar system for myself, that first launch into space and having the entire, how many planets to go around in was amazing. I love the fact that each planet has their own stories on top of, I guess, the main overarching narrative of trying to find out what happened, right? Because obviously in Outer Wilds there is a time loop that you're stuck in. Some of my favorites is what I think Dark Bramble is the one planet that I think I've been stuck on for like how long, but it's and it's terrifying. It's so eerie and scary, but Jesus, it does it get me every time. There's just something so fascinating about what I can't see that just makes Dark Bramble so fascinating, because you're only really guided by lights. It is so cool from a world building perspective. On top of that, what was the name of that one planet that had that its moon was destroying it basically?
Brittle Hollow.
Brittle Hollow.
Brittle Hollow. I love that. I love the fact that every few minutes the planet just continuously keeps coming apart and you get to see inside of it, and it's gorgeous in there. There's so many different colors, and the black hole at the center of it is terrifying. That is really fucking scary. Aside from that, the Ash Twins has a lot of history and a lot of storytelling in each planet or on each of the twins, and having it so close to the sun means there's a lot of danger. And I guess obviously the home planet has a lot of characters to it. There's a lot of charm, and it's where you start everything. The reason why I wanted to talk about Outer Wilds as my first choice for non-linear world building is because on top of the central narrative that you have, there are so many individual stories that you come across without ever needing to be told it. As you're piecing together what happened, you encounter fellow astronauts that don't just fill you in on clues, but they tell you about themselves. They give you insight into everything that's going on from their perspective, and that helps open up the world a lot more. But on top of that, staying on an individual planet and observing how all of it works is absolutely incredible. And I don't think only few games have really kind of replicated that, that sense of a living, breathing sandbox. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, Outer Wilds blew my mind when I first played it.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear what you guys think. And actually, before then, do you guys kind of understand how this will work now?
Oh, yeah. Getting it.
Yeah, so at least for the world building aspect, do you guys kind of understand that, talk about that, there's multiple stories within said world or something?
Yeah.
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 That makes sense. That makes sense.
I've got a great big list of mine.
All right. I just
No,
wanted to
yeah,
make
I
sure in
think-
case, I just wanted to make sure because it was because of Outer Wilds that I wanted to do this discussion in the first place. And on Outer Wilds, let's talk about it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you like the game. I'm glad that you took my recommendation. That game is amazing and another one of my favorite games that I played last year. And yeah, I kind of agree with you that I really like that, like, the game doesn't necessarily spell everything out for you and you kind of just need to like look for context clues. And another thing that I think I mentioned in the last episode as well is that, like, there's a lot of messages you find that are left behind by this like alien race that you're kind of trying to track down throughout the game. And you realize that these messages always have names before them. And all of these like names like recur around the entire solar system, and you can find them all over the place. And if you actually take like the messages that they left behind, you can kind of like create a character in your mind of each alien, and you can actually follow their pathway through the universe until their death, which is, I think, is really, really awesome and something really cool about Outer Wilds. And I know that, like, I tried tracking a couple of the aliens and kind of like figuring out where they were at what time, and I just had a lot of fun doing that.
That's awesome. Oh my god, I don't think I realized that. I've just been dying too many times by the fucking anglerfish.
That's fair.
I know virtually nothing with Outer Wilds. Like, I'm actually watching a review right now to try and catch up and remind myself, because I watched a bunch of stuff on it before, but I never heard about that type of stuff. One I could relate to, which you guys might know about, is if anyone here has watched Venture Brothers. Venture Brothers starts off as like this really like bottom of the barrel, like really goofy, dumb kids, or like immature, dirty humor show. But then as the series goes on, you will get like random inklings of a character in this world, and you'll be able to piece together who that person is. And then they would have been mentioned in season 1, a few tidbits in season 1 and 2 and 3, and then in season 4 they are a fully realized person who has a lot of like presence in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But giving that like reverse breadcrumb trail of the character is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Gabe, you've been you were the one who, like, I guess helped me convince to play it. What are your thoughts on that?
I got this game back in September and I like absolutely fell in love with it. I was just elated with like how the game was, and like I've been so burnt out by like very linear game design, and like even to the point where like even Rockstar, who's like the herald of open world games, has now just become like go here, do this in this specific order, game over, you didn't do it in the way we wanted. And I'm very burnt out by that. So like playing a game where there's no mission markers, there's no one telling you what to do, there's no little voice in your ear sparking orders at you, you basically just have to make an objective for yourself and like put it on yourself to like seek out shit. I was just like it was like a breath of fucking fresh air. I think, God, there's so much shit like that I can't pinpoint like an exact moment I fell in love with, but like as far as the storytelling goes, definitely like the little journals and stuff from the Nomai, like that was a highlight of the game for me.
Mm-hmm.
I won't give details because like not everyone in this recording has played it, and of course not everyone listening will have played it, but like when I like explored the ruins of the Interloper and like I was in the center of it, I was like I just put down my controller and just let myself die. I was so fucking depressed.
Yeah, that is probably one of the coolest moments of the game.
Yeah, that was like, yeah. I don't want to gush about game design, even though I love game design, but like that's just the storytelling alone was like, it's like perfection. Just these little stories just threading along, and it's great.
Yeah. I think the moment that like hooked it for me was probably that first launch into space. Like finally like being able to explore the solar system, that was when it was like, oh fuck, okay, Everest was right again. Because you weren't wrong when you recommended What Remains of Edith Finch, dude. And you absolutely were not wrong about fucking Outer Wilds.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So if you got any more game recommendations for everybody, you can save that for the end.
Sure.
I'm kind of surprised Everest was the first in that chain. Edith Finch seems such like, for Dean, it seems such like a game that you would be the forerunner on.
You would think, right? But I guess it just kind of escaped my radar until Everest was telling me about it. Or actually, no, he gifted it to me and he said, "Hey, I think you would really, really like this game," and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
But-
That game's also really good.
Yeah.